It was just a day of kind of loafing, doing the things we really like to do. We drove over to see Clydesdales, which is another workhorse breed. And so we enjoyed looking at those. We felt very well. There was no problems whatsoever. And I go to sleep. And the next thing, why, Robbie's coming in and says, Mom, Dad fell down. And then the ambulance come, and they were local people, so we were comfortable. And he called the Lifeline helicopter.
The biggest thing a stroke patient needs, and that Lifeline can do, is reduce the out-of-hospital time or reduce the time from the scene of an injury into the hospital.
We spent that night with Gerald, and as soon as they got him kind of stabilized, I says, now, Gerald, you've had a stroke.
The more time that the brain is not being perfused, the more cells that are being damaged and not able to be recovered. So if we can reduce the amount of time that those cells are without oxygen and get them to a definitive care center where they can get the therapy they need, then we're saving brain or saving muscle.
Gerald was very impaired. He had right-sided weakness.
He required a feeding tube for his swallowing.
He had a right facial droop. He was completely aphasic, meaning that he could not speak.
I'll be honest, I was a little worried at first because he had a long way to go.
I didn't know what my life was going to be.
You're scared to death. You don't know what's going to happen.
Initially, he needed assistance with all areas of self-care. You know, he needed to be able to do several things on his own or with very little assistance. So that was kind of our marching orders.
We like our horses. So this was the incentive. Gerald, you've got to get better because you got to drive that team. State Fair, hasn't missed it for years. So that was our goal. So everybody used that in the therapy.
We hold a team meeting on a weekly basis to discuss progress, barriers, goals, and discharge plan to home.
It took a team effort, not only of the therapists, but different medical specialists.
The physicians, the nurses, all of our wonderful experienced therapists.
I kind of like that idea of the way UnityPoint, all these people are involved.
You have to coordinate with everyone to get the best care for that one patient.
They were great from the word go, all of it. And just the things that they taught Gerald.
When he left, he was walking through the halls. He was speaking, he was swallowing, eating food. He was truly a remarkable patient. It was a pleasure to see him be able to return to home.
He accomplished our first goals pretty quickly, which was amazing. We don't get that very often, so the therapist I work with really had to redo his goals pretty quickly to keep progressing.
The progress was amazing. He was definitely much more mobile, independent with self-cares. Bea was getting more rest.
He had the perfect attitude of determination and motivation, and he wanted to do it. So.
And their patience and kindness, and just to know somebody was here that you could ask, well, hey, today he did this or he did that or whatever, and then for them to say, this is normal.
Just seeing the outcome and knowing that I helped somebody is amazing.
They keep telling you, well, your life is going to get better, and it has. It has.
I think it's just going to get better. He has come so far. He's gritty, he'll work, and we just got a lot of things we want to do.